Alright, I have to apologize. This video is going to be fast and crappy, but that's just the way it goes. Marcus had a contest.
The person with the most dramatic before and after picture of Luke.
And he just had a video response.
Do you know how many people entered? 11 people.
I was one of those 11 people. And I know I had a crappy ass before and after photo, but I still entered. The reason why I entered, I gotta use my notes here. I still entered because I was proud of the accomplishment I did. I went from 312 pounds down to 269 pounds in just over 2 months. And it's not even just about the weight loss, it's about the way I feel internally. I've had a host of health problems and it's just been getting worse. I'm responsible for where I got today. I chose career and I chose finances and pursuing money. That's why I sacrificed my health and got to 312 pounds. So I am where I am today because of the choices I made in the past. But I wanted to make a change. Losing 40 some pounds in 2 months time, it's an awesome start, but I still have a long road ahead. My goal is over 100 pounds and I want to do that in a year's time. And I don't want to do it fast because I want to do it healthy. Because that's the point. If I just wanted the cosmetic appearance, I'd get the surgery, and yeah, sure, I'd get all the looks, but that defeats the purpose. It's the internal change. It's the way I feel. It's the way I'm becoming. And I've only implemented a handful of Marcus's suggestions, and I know the further I go through it, and the more of those things I cultivate into actual habits and lifestyle changes, the better and better it'll get. 2014, it was a bad year for me. I pretty much bottomed out in 2014. 2015 has been a year of rebuilding, and it took me a lot. It took me the first half of 2015 just to rebuild the mental piece of that, let alone try to start the whole physical change. And now that I'm on this path, now that I am changing my ways, I want to help try to inspire other people, because it's more than just that physical component. It's everything. It's the whole framework. It's the whole support and the infrastructure to it. I built the whole time-lapse weight loss rig, quote Buddha, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I randomly did a Google search of night sweats, and I was waking up in a puddle of sweat night after night for a week. And that's how I stumbled into Marcus's site. I think that happened for a reason. Oh my God, here's this answer that I've been looking for, because I started building this thing. And the whole reason why I'm building this thing is because I want to make it authentic. I'm promising myself that I'm not going to suck in my gut. It's easy if I can just, let the gut hang out and the sun show over, and that's my before photo. But then later on, suck it in, turn nice and broad. This platform with that camera, it's all mounted. It won't change. So whatever my pictures were when I started is exactly the same exact shot is repeated over and over again. I'm going to do this for a year. And I'm going to follow what Marcus's recommendations are. I will have recorded those changes over time. I want to change. And I think there's things that happen for the time and place for a reason. I want to video this whole entire thing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yes, I will definitely say, I was absolutely a food addict. It's hard to change. But I'm not making that as an excuse or to whine and complain. I'm just accepting it and coming to terms to it and trying to show the process that struggle is there and that you can overcome it, and that just because there are certain things that you can't change. I have a long commute to work. I sit at a desk for 8 hours and then a long commute back home. I can't change those things yet. But I'm not going to use those things as an excuse to sit on my ass and to continue down this unhealthy lifestyle. So if those things I can't replace, what happens if I just implement a handful of the things that Marcus says? What changed is that I'm so much better off now. In his book, it's between pages 44 and 45, that whole transition. It's like he took exactly what was inside my head, this struggle, and wrote it down on paper. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm going through. I think it's really important to show all those connections and how they interconnect. There's audiobooks and other periodicals and stuff that I'm finding, and now that I've had that exposure from all of the things between Marcus's YouTube channel and his book, I'm starting to look at the world in a different way. And I'm starting to make other connections like, that's what that person says, and that's how that can relate to this. The book, The Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Tough. It's all interconnected, and I'm making all these new connections to other things in life and trying to bring it all together, show that struggle. So I get it. I think it's very, very frustrating to try to put something out there and get very little response on it. It's a little bit defeating, and I feel bad for Markus for all what he's put in to try to get people excited about something. I know there's been other people on the forums describing the same thing. You get excited about it, you try to talk to somebody, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And you start telling them, and their eyes glaze over, and oh, well, that's not something I want to do, and that's sad. So I'm fond of saying that your results will vary, and this is just my parenting quest, and that's what this is. That's what I feel it to be, is my own quest to make a change. Markus, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And hopefully, say September of 2016, I will have an amazing transformation video in time lapse. I'd like to try to get a better Instructables for somebody else trying to build some kind of rig, do the same exact photo over and over again to be able to show that a little bit more organically and raw, you know, without the Photoshop fakery or the angles of the camera, and change your posture, but try to do the same thing consistently. It's a little bit more true, and I think it will read a lot better. I've only got a small start, but we'll see how things go. So again, thank you, Markus, and hope to talk to you guys in September of 2016.